Hello, everybody. Well, today is Monday. This week, we want to do a series of teaching on the topic of egoism or egocentrism, or selfishness. Selfishness is like a cancer, my friend. Selfishness is the desire to please yourself first. That is the direct opposite of what Jesus brought, of what Jesus died for. Jesus died to prove to us that that's not the way to go. The way to go is not the way of selfishness. The way to go is not the way of egocentrism. The way to live life is to live life in a self-giving, self-sacrificial way. Sacrifice yourself for others. And that's why that is the greatest commandment, that is, love God and love your neighbor like yourself. Do unto others as you would like for them to do to you. But selfishness is the opposite. Selfishness and egocentrism is the desire to want to seek your own interest first, to want to place yourself above others, before others. And selfishness doesn't think about others. Selfishness and egocentrism doesn't consider that there are other people that might be interested, that might have their own interest, or that might have that need to be pleased. A selfish person just wants to please himself. A selfish person just wants to get something for himself. A selfish person thinks only about himself. He doesn't care for others. A selfish person is ready to walk on the head of others to attain his goal. So selfishness is like cancer, a cancer that feeds on other people, because other people need to do something for you. Or you always regularly feel that other people owe you something. You always want to live off of other people. That is what selfishness does. Selfishness is like a cancer that kills others and eventually kills the person who is selfish. So let's come against selfishness. Let's begin to fight selfishness. Let's hate selfishness, because until you hate it, you cannot fight it. And until you fight it, you cannot set yourself free from it. It's a disease that all of us have. But we have to declare a war against it. And that's how you overcome it. God bless you. Talk about it more tomorrow. Hello, everybody. Today is Tuesday, and we are talking about egocentrism or selfishness. And selfishness is a cancer, like I said. A selfish person, he destroys others, he eats up others just to flex his muscles, just for his own survival, for his own ego. A selfish person actually it becomes the enemy of everybody around him, because you want to use others and you just want to talk about yourself. By the way, today I want to talk to us about how we see egoism. How do we recognize selfishness in us, or egoism in us? Selfishness could be discovered in yourself by watching how much time do you spend talking about yourself, because a selfish person talks about himself all the time. So you need to discover, you need to find out and follow yourself and try to listen to yourself. How often do you talk about yourself? Most people don't even know that this is a proof and a manifestation of selfishness. Because when you meet people, most of the time you want to tell them what is going on with you, or what is happening around you, or what you have just done. You want to brag about your successes or your victories. But on the other hand, the best thing to do really is to listen to what other person wants to do. But an egoistic person, a selfish person, doesn't even care that anybody is standing before them. He just cares alone about how he feels, about how he looks, about making himself feel good, and that's what we're supposed to fight. So how do you fight egoism? Let's talk about this particular aspect of egoism. When you are talking about yourself all the time, you could put yourself under a gauge, or you could put a guide in your mouth, in the sense that you could take a decision that you will not talk about yourself for a whole day. Now, we think that is small. One day is not a big deal. I don't need to talk about myself. One day is not a big... But really, when you begin to follow it and you begin to, look after yourself and wash after your words. How many times do I talk about myself? And then when you begin to control yourself not to talk about yourself a whole day, that's when you discover that, oh yeah, I had a lot of problem with ego as well. But if you succeed in not talking about yourself in one day, maybe you could extend it to the second day or the third day. Or maybe it will work out for you to try to avoid talking about yourself for a whole week. Then you really know that you have overcome pride and selfishness to a large extent. But we'll talk more about it tomorrow. God bless you. Hello, everybody. Today is Wednesday, and we're continuing the topic we started on Monday about egocentrism, about selfishness. Now, we said yesterday that one of the ways that selfishness is manifested is when somebody comes and talks about himself all the time. And we said that we should take a time out for one day not to talk about yourself at all or about what you do. But maybe it will even work for you to do it for a week. Now, so the other thing to do really to overcome selfishness and egocentrism in your life is to actually try, and when you meet somebody, not just not talk about yourself, but just try and take a keen interest in them. Show real interest and real concern about them. For example, just when you meet somebody, ask them questions about themselves. How they're doing. Ask them about their families, about their kids, about their wives. Ask them about their background, where they come from. Ask them about what they're doing. And let them talk. Give them the freedom and the space to talk about themselves, about their work, about their activities, about what they are doing. And when they are talking, never interrupt them and interfere in their talk. Let them talk and show genuine interest, not just to ask them questions. Meanwhile, you are waiting for your turn for you to begin to talk. No. Sincerely and genuinely ask them these questions, listen, desiring to learn more and to listen to what they tell you about themselves. And then when you listen to them, be happy for them. Rejoice with them, and let them know about it. That is how you, one way, learn new things. On the other hand, you overcome the challenge of talking about yourself all the time. And thirdly, you overcome that curse, or that cancer of egocentrism, and you move forward by learning more and celebrating others rather than just consuming others and consuming yourself eventually. Tomorrow we continue this topic. God bless you. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Thursday. Well, today and this week, this whole week, we are talking about selfishness, about egocentrism. And we spoke yesterday about how to overcome selfishness and egocentrism. We say, let other people talk. And don't just let them talk. Ask them questions. Show genuine interest in them and in their affairs and how they are doing. But you see, today I want to talk about just the continuation of that. When you are allowing somebody to speak, the person you are discussing with or talking with, and you are asking them questions, many a times they are saying some things, and you want to interject into their discussion or into their talk. You want to intercept them and interject something and just add your own remark into what they are saying, because maybe some of the things they are telling you remind you of your stories or of some similar things or similar experiences that you had. So most of the time, egoism and selfishness wants to quickly add or interject or intercept and put in one word or two words or tell your own story in the meanwhile. But, well, that is a sign of selfishness again. So we have to control that. And so if you want to overcome selfishness and egocentrism, you have to learn to hold yourself and control yourself and let the person you are talking with, let your partner finish his discussion. Finish his talk. Let him finish his speech. Let him finish saying what he's saying. When we finish it, then you go you could add your own remark and you could tell your own story. You will always have time to tell your own story. If it needs to be told, you will always have time for it. But when you interject it, it shows lack of respect. And when you're interjecting and you are intercepting a speaker, it also shows lack of culture. And but then when you are able to hold yourself and be able to control your feelings and be able to control your ego, you overcome yourself. You get victory over your flesh, and you become a better person. And then people can be able to, enjoy their company with you. Tomorrow we are going to continue on this topic. It's a lot of more things, a lot of more interesting things ahead. God bless you. See you tomorrow. Hello, everybody. Well, welcome to Friday. We keep on talking today about selfishness and about egocentrism, and I want to continue the topic. And yesterday we spoke about listening to other people and letting them talk, and don't just let them talk, but don't interject them. But we want to continue that topic. Today I want to talk about when you listen to other people. Sometimes we do as if we listen to people. We do really listen to people sometimes, but meanwhile, as we listen to them, what is going on inside of us is even more important, especially before God. Sometimes we listen to people, and meanwhile, we are thinking, well, he's not as smart as I am. No, no, I'm better than him. I know more than him. He's inferior to me. We listen to people to judge them sometimes. And sometimes when we listen to people, a lot of things are going on in our mind. We are condemning, we are analyzing them, we are judging them, we are still making ourselves better. And if we keep on making ourselves better as we listen to other people, that talks about the same problem of egoism and egocentrism and selfishness that we're talking about. So if you really want to make yourself better and you want to improve yourself and make yourself a better person, when you listen to other people, control yourself, control your thoughts, listen to them, and try to see what they can do better than you. Try to compliment them and assess their work better than yourself. Never put other people down, even if they don't know about it. Never put other people down or condemn other people or pull down other people in your heart or in your thoughts. Make sure that in your thoughts you are complimenting them. Make sure that what they are saying, the attitude and the response that you are showing physically is actually what is going on in your heart. Make sure your heart is clean, and make sure what is happening in your heart is what you are showing forward. So when you listen to other people, don't condemn them, don't compare them to yourself, and don't exalt yourself over them as you listen to them. Make sure your heart is pure. And what you are showing them, that you are listening to them, that you honor them, let that be in your heart. That way, you're making yourself a purer and a better person. All right, tomorrow we continue. God bless you. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Saturday. Today is Saturday, and I want to continue the topic about selfishness and egocentrism that we had started on Monday. Today, yesterday I spoke about the fact that clean your heart and make sure that you listen to people and your heart is pure. What you show forth to them is what your heart is saying. Also, today I want to continue that topic and tell you about another means of overcoming selfishness and egocentrism in yourself, and that is by complimenting others. Especially when people, what is compliment? Compliment is the words of encouragement and support and approval that we speak forth when we appreciate what other people have done or the efforts they are putting into whatever they are doing. So when people make efforts and people make attempts and people try their best, all around us, people try to look beautiful, people try to do their best, the best they could do. People make different efforts, and sometimes we all need support. They all need the support of the people around them, of their neighbors, just for them to know that somebody is here that is appreciating their efforts, and that their efforts is being appreciated by somebody. And if you notice that people around you who are doing things better than you could do, most of the time when we see somebody that is doing something better than we could do, especially in the same field, we feel bad, really. That is what ego does. Egocentrism and selfishness, really a selfish person feels pain, feels bad, feels sad when he sees somebody that is making effort in some things and is doing much better than he himself is doing. We don't want to compliment them, especially when they are better. But when you overcome yourself and go ahead to compliment them, that is when you become a better person. Also, another thing is when you see somebody that is making efforts and is worse than us, and especially when it's lower than our standard, we just overlook them. We don't even notice. We don't even pay attention. But they too need compliments. They too need support. Everybody's effort needs to be acknowledged and complimented. So one of the ways that you can overcome and your ego and make yourself a better person is to always notice people who are looking good, who are making efforts, who are trying their best, and go out of your way to make them, to give them some compliment and to let them know that you are there to support them and to acknowledge their efforts. Even if they are better than you or they are worse than you, notice people and compliment them, and you will be better for it. Well, let's talk more about it tomorrow. God bless you. Hello, everybody. Well, welcome to Sunday. Today is the final day that we're talking about selfishness and egocentrism. The point that I want to make today is the most difficult one, especially I put it on Sunday, especially for pastors and for the speakers and leaders and singers, performers, because when we perform, we want people to acknowledge our efforts, and after singing or speaking or performing or preaching or teaching, you want people to come to you and tell you how good you've done, how well you've done, and we want to receive praise, we want to receive compliment, we want to receive encouragement and support. But sometimes those things don't come, and God especially makes it in that way that sometimes nobody will come and give you praise or compliment. And you know why God does that? Because that is absolutely necessary. That is necessary for your development. That is necessary to overcome your ego. So what the point I'm making today is, after a successful effort, after a successful performance or engagement, it is important for you to be able to have power over yourself, power of self-control, by not expecting praise, compliment, support, or words of encouragement from anybody. After doing what you need to do, why don't you just take it as, I'm a servant. That is, so I'm just doing what I need to do. I'm just doing what I must do. And I don't deserve to receive praise for this. If you can get to that place where you don't expect anybody to honor you or to praise you for what you do, you will definitely become a better person. And that is when God of heaven will begin to notice your effort and begin to come and bless you, because He says, the God that sees what you do in secret knows how to come forth for you and reward you openly. When you are able to conceal your success and not demanding or not wishing or questioning for you to be praised for it, that is when you are ready for God to honor you for it. All right? I hope these lessons on selfishness and egoism has helped you to become a better person. May the Lord bless you.